When we go to the left, many horses are either have their hips in, but they for sure have their head too much in. And they're a little bit, I'll do it towards the camera a little bit, they're a little bit falling out with the right shoulder like so. Or they are then stepping with the right hind leg out into space, right? So they're not supporting the rider and horse's body with that right hind leg. What happens to the right is that the horse wants to be a little bit looking always a little bit left and still a little bit falling on that right shoulder, and making smaller circles around to the right is a little bit harder. No, I'm sorry, they want to make the circle a little bit smaller to the right. So there has to be a little bit this feeling that I could leg yield away from this kind of tighter right side, and I want to a lot of times soften this outside rein to encourage that horse through that nuchal ligament to raise and stretch his outside nuchal ligament. So what that looks like, I'll get into a little trot, and what that looks like is the horse would want to make a little bit smaller circle going right, because there's always a little bit this right drift going. He wants to be a little bit up against my right rein, and he wants to kind of hang into my left hand a little bit too much. So I always want to make sure, I gotta give him a little 2-pounder there on the inside. But what I want is that the right hind leg fills up my left rein. Like, I don't just take that left rein because it's tighter and I have weight on it. Having weight in that rein doesn't necessarily mean he's on your outside rein. That might mean he's just braced and pulling. And so it's important when you do go around to this right, you know, we want to be able to do that full yield on that outside rein to check and see, is this horse's right hind leg stepping under my right seat bone, moving away from my right leg, drawing into my right rein, which is steady, and can I let go and full yield? And again, the definition of bending is the raising and the stretching of that outside nuchal ligament. And then of course you're like, well, I thought the horse was supposed to be on the outside rein. But the whole idea is that an outside rein doesn't exist unless the horse is bending properly. And so if the horse isn't really properly bending to the right, rotating its rib cage, engaging the inside hip, letting the energy gently chew into your inside and draw onto your inside ring finger, then that weight you're actually feeling on the left rein is just him counterbalancing and bracing on that rein.